What do you think about the ethics of porn? Is it ethical? Is it unethical? Because when we shot with Brett Cooper, she was sharing her opinion on why porn is unethical.
Oh, what were her thoughts on that?
She thought basically it kind of like promoted the objectification of women, and that it's not good for the young male mind to see women, especially like on your phone, you know, the high availability of porn, just like on your mobile
and the
device.
ease of it, I think.
Exactly.
Too.
Wherever you want to watch it, you can watch it. And I think that she thinks it's also like corrupting a family unit, because like then guys can just like, instead of finding a girlfriend or feeling an urge to find a romantic partner, just going on their phone and getting that instant gratification and then moving to the next day.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends, I guess, what you're looking at. I can also see the side, though, where it's actually better for guys to be able to have that kind of sexual release, because then if, say, they're really bad at socializing and they're not quite all there, they get that frustration, those urges out in private instead of bothering women in real life and potentially doing something crazy because they're so frustrated, you know. So I don't know. I can see both sides, I guess. As far as the ethics of it, I don't think it's unethical if both people are consenting and they're happy about like what they're putting out there and the amount of money they're getting paid, or whoever's involved. It doesn't have to be two people. It could be an orgy. I don't know. Or a solo, whatever. Mm-hmm. I think nowadays it's actually even more ethical, because instead of these big companies making porn and controlling like the financial aspects of it and people getting ripped off who are the performers, now they can just make their OnlyFans and set their own prices to whatever they're happy with and do whatever they want on their own terms. So I think it's actually getting more ethical as like the sexy platforms where the individual is able to monetize by themselves keep coming up.
Yeah. So you argue that it could be a benefit for people watching porn, specifically dudes, because then maybe it like kind of, it's that sexual release rather than releasing it at a time where it would be highly inappropriate.
Yeah, maybe they do have a date planned, but they do their beforehand, so then when they go to the date, they're not just thinking about how to get in her pants only, right? Maybe that's like that release is done and they can actually focus on the interaction if they do want a genuine connection, rather than just being, you know, horn dogs the whole time because they're so frustrated. I don't know. I feel like it can only be beneficial, because if porn didn't exist, they would find something to fap to still. I'd feel like the answer is not to remove fappable content.
I'm sure even back in the caveman days, it's like scriptures on the cave, and like
they've found like caveman erotica with like stick figures on a wall of like doggy style
too.
Yeah,
it's
prostitution.
Been around for a super long time. So it's the commerce just with sex in general has just always been around.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like it's actually the creation of porn and allowing people to just make it freely, like OnlyFans and stuff, is actually reducing the need for people to feel like they have to be prostitutes to get money, because instead of actually having sex with people on the street, now they can just upload a video and make money, you know?
I think just everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know, as long as it's not getting in the way of your job and like your
but that's also up to
and
the individual's discretion.
Right.
So to determine when it's an issue versus when it's not an issue.
Self-control and cutting
I err on that
yourself
side
off,
too.
You know?
Me
Kind
too.
of just like let people do what they want in their personal time.
I also could see how like porn could actually keep a relationship together, because say like the couple's very busy, or they just, the magic of like the intimacy is gone, but they still get along as a couple. Instead of him leaving to go find a mistress, maybe he just faps to porn and then they stay together. So I don't know. I see both sides. I don't see it doesn't have to be home wrecking. I feel like people who are going to be home wreckers are probably going to be cheaters or whatever, regardless whether if there's porn out there or not. So
yeah, I tend to agree with that. I don't think that would be the sole reason.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you just get carried away with it.
Right,
in
but
which
that's
case, I'm sure
addiction
there's
can
deeper,
happen with anything, though.
Yeah, I think
it's not
deeper
the porn
issues
thing.
than just that.
Interesting.
Yeah, people who are going to be addicted to something could be like addicted to drugs or gambling or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be an uncomfortable question, but like I said, you're welcome to not answer it if you want to.
We'll cut it out.
I just figure it'd be kind of an intriguing question to ask. Let's say you have a daughter. Would you be comfortable with your daughter doing the same thing that you do for an occupation?
Oh, I would definitely be comfortable with that.
You'd be totally fine.
Yeah, I would be totally fine with that, because she's able to do it from the comfort of her own home. She's not having to go out and put herself in like weird situations to try to make money, because it's like sometimes, you know, in like the business world, we've seen women who feel like pressure to sleep with the boss or whatever to climb their way up socially. It's like with the online stuff, she can make however much money she wants doing whatever she wants, because there's lots of people who make their money and they don't even have to like go all the way. Maybe they just post sexy pictures, you know, just whatever she's comfortable with. you know, in the comfort of her own home with whoever is consenting, and she gets to decide that. I think that's awesome. It gives her the power to do it anywhere she wants without having to feel like she's a slave to the 9 to 5 grind that, you know, the rest of society often gets sucked into. I think it's cool if she was down for it to be like, okay, I'll just give her some advice on how to put her identity out there in a way that doesn't give away like her address and her full name, like give her like a internet safety guidance. Like, okay, here you go.